This is Close Combat Panthers in the Fog. You're watching episode 25 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. Let's see if we can get this done at L'Abbaye Blanche. It's the 0600 phase of August 8th. We have 119th Infantry, 30th Division, taking on SS Panzer Regiment 2. Panzer Regiment 2 is surrounded. They are cut off. They're having a bad time. And we are coming in with mortars and artillery. We need to put this fight to rest, so let's get us a win. Beverage Company is back, and they're ready to bring the pain. We did very well last time, despite the fact that we couldn't really get after their tanks super good. But on the other side of things, we didn't lose everybody. So, that's a win. What I'd like to see happen here is control of the battlefield, just like last time. And I'm expecting similar results. Now, if you recall, during the movement phase, I brought in a new battle group, and theoretically, from what I'm told, that is going to lock down the northern flag, and it's going to surround them, basically. So they should have a little bit less places to hide, I guess. That's kind of my takeaway from it. They'll probably just capture the flag, but they won't spawn there. So we'll see if that benefits us or not. They have low fuel and low ammo. They have a Panzer Grenadier 1st Platoon, 3 Panthers in 2nd Platoon, a couple of Panzer Shreks, and a couple of Pioneer. I don't think this is out of reach, and it does look like this is their final 3 Panther Platoon. And then 4 Panzer IVs is their kind of next best thing. I mean, 2 Panthers might be better, but yeah, we'll see if we can drop any of these tanks. That would be a solid performance and probably a sure way to victory. I didn't quite expect it to look this way. So when I say they're congested, they are very congested. Since we do have that open space in the rear, I've gone ahead and put Mug and Mountain Dew back there. I don't think Mug and Mountain Dew can hold them off if they push up to that flag, but they can spot. Maybe that'll help. Something that I considered is that because their spawn points are basically the south end of the neutral zone, they might just push into the town or into the buildings around me. So I feel relatively safe with Mug and Mountain Dew there. But if they do have half their forces in the train station, might draw a lot of casualties. Crush is to the west of Mug. They are looking south. Hopefully they can get eyes down into the 2 grids of enemy spawn right there. And then they are backed up with Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is pretty well out of line of sight. They have some decent cover, but they can't start behind the building. I'm expecting that they are not going to be exactly in the right spot to target Dr. Pepper. So I kind of like Dr. Pepper's chances. To support Dr. Pepper, I have Fanta due west. Now, Fanta is fully hiding behind the building because I don't know how well they'll see through the fog. So I'd rather pull Fanta out and try and get some flank or rear shots than just have Fanta start there. Starry and Pepsi are spotting for Fanta, and they're going to hold down the building with the flag. To their south, I've got Pib, same situation. They're going to hold down the flag building and just kind of watch for anybody advancing southwest. The majority of the forces are in the town. I have Sprite and Barks on the east edge. They are at the rear of the building relative to where the enemy will spawn. I didn't know if those were going to be a decent spot or not for tanks. I feel like the tanks would be more likely to the west, but in the event that there are tanks right here, I didn't want Barks and Sprite to get shredded. So I figure if infantry pushes east, they'll open up when they come in the building. Coke and Vanilla Coke are holding down the building that's semi-contested. I mean, it's not really, but like they can definitely push in there immediately. I have Vimpto behind that building, and I'm counting on Vanilla Coke and Cherry Coke to prevent any major jailbreak to the south. If they do not, Vimpto's going to have to hightail it out of there. Iron Brew has eastern views into that building, and they are tucked in between the buildings in order to ambush tanks if the opportunity presents. I have Coke supporting them and kind of watching the crossroad, as well as Diet Coke to their north, keeping their northern flank secure. Yep, they're on us. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to drop it there. Artillery going out, tank right in front of us. Yes, Vanilla Coke can be seen. Actually, hold on. Vanilla Coke can be seen. It doesn't mean that they are seen. Infantry coming in. Cherry Coke can't help. Cherry Coke's got contacts north. That Panther might engage us. Where's the third one? We got one here. Oh, found it. Nope, that's a dead one. That's not it. One here. Am I missing something? I don't see the third Panther, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Panther is immobilized. First one's damaged. Nothing hiding in the trees. Ooh. That Panther is shooting at Cherry Coke. Try and get Cherry Coke pulled back. Get away from the cannon fire. Panzer Grenadiers kind of working their way out of there. Yeah, I don't think that they can take that position. I want them to, but I think this Panther can see the whole north side of the building. I can't work out to get this guy, I don't feel like. They've already offered a ceasefire. They have taken the bridge, and they're in this two-story. I'm going to back Fanta up, get them ready to come over here. Lots of grenades. Mortars up. I don't know. They are pushing in. Go ahead and open up a Diet Coke. Good kill. I'm torn, right? I was going to drop the mortars over here because there are at least two sections, but I feel like they're pretty well hidden inside the building. I don't want to go too close to my guys, so I don't know if I trust this spot. And hold on. Let Mountain Dew kill this Panzer Grenadier who's retreating. Oh, he's surrendered. Okay. All right, we're going to sit on the mortars for just a moment. Let's see. Crush. Can see there. Move south with Dr. Pepper just a little bit. Fanta has exposed himself, so we're going to peek around the building. I want to give our tanks an opportunity to engage. I'm going to crawl Cherry Coke back to the front. See if we can avoid this tank here. Enemy spotted. Mug has line of sight. More retreating. Seriously? He surrendered. Okay. Mug's back on hide. We can't see that infantry. The tree is in the way. I don't know. Maybe we just let it sit for a minute. Sir, the enemy has offered a ceasefire. Obviously, I can take the ceasefire, but I don't want to just come back here, and they have taken a little bit of ground, so it is a negative for me. I'm still unclear on where the third tank is, which worries me to move mine very much. I could try and bring Pib to the front. I don't know. Maybe further down south a little bit. I don't know if they'll make it there without getting spotted. And I don't know if we can really find a way to drop that Panther. They did push in there. More... No, those are the surrenderies. I would like to try and move on the train station, but we do have this guy here. So they were able to spawn like right here. So I don't know if there's a tank here that I just don't visually acquire. I might try and crawl up a few meters and see if we can locate that. They actually have me pinned down in a way because I can't really maneuver my vehicles in any effective manner. Whatever went over here and captured this flag either didn't get engaged by Iron Brute, oh, contact, or it already didn't survive, and that's why Iron Brute didn't fight it. But I want to know if this building's clear. Oh, nope, nope, get back. Somewhere to the north. Somewhere to the north. No idea. Maybe right here? No idea. Okay. That plan backfired. Let's actually move forward a little bit. In case it is there and it comes south, I don't want him to have an easy shot on me. So, Fanta can't see there. Machine gun fire. Mountain Dew. Not sure. Like, these guys, I don't know if they can technically spot after they've surrendered, but whatever's over here keeps getting eyes on Mountain Dew. So that plan's not working well either. Crush. Maybe out the rear and into this building, and we'll try and see if I can move down through the woods. There's just no good option on how to move forward. I'm trying to think where that tank would be. Like, I feel like it would have to be right here. Not a good opportunity to use the mortars. That might actually work. I don't know if we'll get an angle on this thing, but if I can pull forward far enough to try and take a shot, we might be able to drop a tank right here. He's not currently looking at us, so we'll see if I can fire one in the rear.
Move completed.
Oh, he knows. He knows. Oh, they surrendered instantly. Oh, they surrendered. They didn't just abandon the vehicle. They, like, surrendered. Okay. So, one tank immobilized, one tank surrendered, and one tank unknown. I don't feel like there's a great opportunity here to get infantry up. Because if that tank's right here, or somewhere in this vicinity, I have to be very cautious crossing this field. I was ready to just take the ceasefire because I didn't know what to do. And then I got that lucky tank surrender. So, gotta just hang in there a little bit. And by the way, I have no idea if I'm going to get stuck here, but this feels like the only way out for me. So, I don't know if we'll be able... Ooh, that's a black even if we could. But I wouldn't mind trying to, like, come up here. I don't know if he can get an angle through that or not. But if I could move north, I feel like that would help quite a bit. I'm going to try and crawl up here with Diet Coke, see if Diet Coke gets eyes on anything to the north. And we'll kind of just try and keep an eye on Vimpto. Now we have a good angle. If we had line of sight, that's actually an effective shot. So this might be doable as long as we stay out of his line of sight advancing. One concern is there's something in here that spots for me, and the tank just tracks me the whole time, and we're stuck behind the building, you know? Contact north. Tank there. Uh-oh. Okay, we're not in his line of sight. Nobody has eyes on. Let's go north a little bit right here with Fanta. Let's come down south with Dr. Pepper. Lost line of sight.
No clear path.
Engage that. Turn that way.
In position.
Shred. Okay, Dr. Pepper's working. Fanta's still not far enough north. Ooh, they have infantry there. Nope. Get back. Get back. Never mind. No idea what forced their hand, but they didn't like that. So we still have 100% morale to their 32. And they were unable to retreat and forced to disband. We finally got a total victory, and L'Abbaye Blanche is clear. They killed 2 of ours. We killed 7, wounded 22, and took 8 prisoners. We also captured 2 tanks. Wonderful stuff. That was wild. Thank you so much, William, for the advice. That made a huge difference in the way that battle unfolded. We have Coke with 1 kill. Barks with 1 kill. Sprite with no kills. Cherry Coke with 1 kill. Diet Coke, no kills. Pib, no kills. Vanilla Coke actually was very proactive in keeping them out of our buildings and got 6 kills. If it wasn't for Vanilla Coke, we probably would have lost that initial position. Pepsi, no kills. Starry, no kills. Crush, no kills. Mountain Dew, no kills. Mug, no kills. Iron Brew, 3 infantry kills. Fanta, no kills. Dr. Pepper, no kills. Vimto, 1 infantry kill. First platoon leader is wiped out. Panzer Grenadier is wiped out. Panzer Grenadier is wiped out. Panzer Grenadier is wiped out. And they actually survive. They do have 1 kill, but they're having a bad day. Wiped out. Wiped out. Now, I don't know. There we go. Here's one that surrendered. This is probably the south one. Let me think. Hold on. 1 infantry kill. Which one actually got an infantry kill? This is probably the north one. It's got a wounded. This is the one that became immobilized by the artillery. And then this is the one that we shot at that surrendered. And then this is the one that we just barely located all the way up in the north end. Panzerschreck was wiped out. Might as well be wiped out. This guy's going to survive by himself. Pioneer, wiped out. And they survived. No kills. It's been a long time coming that we get this battlefield under control. It feels real good to do that. And now there's some pressure off of me to deal with the Panthers rolling through the town. I hope you guys liked this fight. If you did, like the video. You can support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, and you can support me as a content creator by becoming a channel member. Be sure to sound off in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think the next move is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.